got a lot of comments on the Who is the Strongest Stan in JoJo video that just really bug me, because they seem to argue in favor of certain characters saying that they do specific things, and no one seems to understand how stans work. So being the generous, all-knowing God being that I am, I felt I would explain some of these things to you special individuals out there who still don't seem to understand how some of these powers work. So I said, fuck it, I'll just start up this new series where I explain how stans work. I'll call it something like It Just Works, an explanation for stans. So I think I'm going to save the obvious choice for a future video, and I'm going to cover one that I've been getting a lot of people telling me I'm wrong on, and that's Enrico Pucci's Maiden Heaven. So, a lot of people think that Maiden Heaven is super, like, god-powerful stan. And I'll give him one thing. Maiden Heaven is really fucking fast and really fucking strong, and it kills shit like super hard. So, Maiden Heaven, people think when Maiden Heaven resets the universe that it's all over for anyone in that universe. But they don't seem to pay the fuck attention to what goes on in the panels when it happens. They just hear the power, they probably read it on a wiki article, and they're like, oh, that's cool, that's super powerful, super sad that everyone's dead. Even though Enrico Pucci's stand only affects those he's already killed before he completely resets the timeline. When he resets the timeline, he sends all living beings to that next universe, the next timeline. Timeline's the wrong word, it's universe. I've been saying timeline, it's actually universe. You can call me out on that in the comments if you want to. I called myself out before you though, so fuck you. Anyways, if you look in the scene where Emporio is being pulled into the fucking next universe, he's being pulled along with all the living animals there, because Pucci doesn't affect fucking living things. Living things, now I'll give you something. If, say, you had a pacemaker or something keeping you artificially alive, you're fucking dead, and your soul gets reshaped in the next universe, because that's what Maiden Heaven can do. It reshapes people's souls when it resets the timeline. It can't do it to living people. And it's not even just Emporio who's brought over. If you look, when Emporio lands, there's also a bunch of other people, and they're all naked because everyone was stripped of their clothing, because their clothing super accelerated to the point it deteriorated away. God, it's like you people don't fucking pay attention to the story you're reading. It's so goddamn simple that Maiden Heaven has no offensive capabilities when it comes to its fast forwarding ability, except for if you have an artificial thing keeping you alive, because it doesn't affect living things. Fucking Christ, people. It would make even less sense if the people would fucking die because of the idea which Pucci had going into Maiden Heaven, where he wanted to recreate the universe, but every person had precognitive abilities so they could see their fate, they could see their future endpoint. They no longer had to waste their time. They knew what they were going to become. They knew the ending of their timeline. Pucci wanted to create the perfect human society. This is his goal. This is his goal in the story. Sure, he killed a few people getting there, and yeah, he aligned himself with a murder-crazy immortal vampire. But, I mean, he softened out a little bit. I mean, he stopped cutting people's heads off and putting them on dogs, so that was kind of cool. But when he dies, his entire universe is reset and people lose their precognitive abilities, because as Pucci says when he's being smashed in the face, that if you kill him, it resets the universe again. So it resets the universe twice. Everyone who was already alive is still alive. Everyone who died gets reincarnated and their soul gets brought back as a different soul. So that means Pucci's probably alive somewhere in the Irenaverse. But who the fuck cares? You people just need to fuck Jesus. So, ugh. Like, comment, subscribe.